people judging me for not doing it, for not fitting in, not being able to go have fun, not being able to hang out with my friends, vacations not being as much fun, no way to de-stress after work.
The University of Washington conducted a scientific study on our process in the first quarter of 2023. They took 163 participants through our Project 90 process, and the end result was that it reduced drinking by 98%. And that's just the same process that we've been running now since 2018. And we've got people who enroll in that process every single day. And so we're about to discuss that process now with David, which is exactly the same process which we have running today as we're recording this in 2024. So for our listener who maybe is unaware of that, what were your fears going into it, and what actually was your experience like during those 90 days?
Yeah. So my fears were somewhat unrelated to the Project 90 itself, to the program itself. My fears were more related to just not having alcohol in my life. It became such a big piece. So, you know, not being able to go have fun, not being able to hang out with my friends, not um, people judging me for not doing it, for not fitting in. Um, Vacations not being as much fun, no way to de-stress after work and just relax. Those are some of the big things. Just I sit here and smile now, looking back at those fears, but they were real. So I know people who are considering your program or other ways to stop. They're real, and I understand. I felt it, but it you can get over it.
And what was the experience like when you were going through the
Yeah,
90 days? Yeah. What did
yeah.
you receive? What was helpful? What wasn't helpful? Were you triggered during it?
Yeah, so it was just such a great experience, the 90 days and the program. I learned so much from the coaches about, alcohol business, you name it. I mean, obviously it's focused on alcohol, but you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the way people act. You learn a lot about professional life. But being brought into that community of people was really the key for me. I mean, there were so many people that I connected with and I still keep in touch with that I would call my close friends from that program. And so having a community of people who you respect, who are professionally successful, who are parents, who are doing all those things that you see yourself doing, it makes it really, really good to connect with those people. It makes it an easier journey. And so it was I would say a little challenging just to cut it off, but it just got easier and easier. And one of my things that I really focused on during the 90 days was um just not drinking, and everything else was fine. So if I wanted to eat extra candy and eat whatever I wanted, do whatever I wanted during those 90 days, I allowed myself to, without any guilt or without any remorse. It was like, okay, just focus on this one thing, remove this one thing that's holding you back, and then see where it goes from there.
How much of the early part of Project 90 felt like you were having to rely on brute willpower or motivation or white knuckling it? And at what stage did that fade away and it started to feel simple or easy?
Yeah, I mean, really, maybe the first week or two felt like I was a little bit like white, if you want to use white knuckling or like forcing it, just as a getting it out of the habit and out of that routine. But after that, I learned a lot of ways and tools and had the community there to where I didn't feel that way. I had a plan going, something we talk a lot about during the 90 days. I had a plan for most every situation I was going to be in, which kind of helped at the beginning. If you were going to go somewhere or be a part of something, to have some sort of plan and ready to go, or some sort of response to why people are asking you all these questions on, hey, you're weird, why don't you drink? To have some sort of response, those little things that actually help a lot when you're early on and um, feeling some of those pressures. And it just does. It got easier and easier, I would say, um, really after 6 months, um, it felt like it was kind of just who I was. I really appreciate the 90 days was very key, and that was my goal. But for anyone, don't want to overwhelm anyone who's out there, but really giving it that full year is where it's at. Um, because a lot of the hard, good work that I've done really started, I would say, 8 to 12 months, where you really get to start reaping a lot of the benefits of being clear-minded and having the energy, being back in shape if you're out of shape. It does take time to rewire your brain and your habits and learn new stuff and all that. So I really appreciate the Beyond 90 and having that year mark as well, because I understand the benefits of now of making it that year.